Hello everyone and welcome back. We are here for another AOM race, and this day is starting off pretty stressful right away. As you can see, we are in practice here. We have a whole hour of practice, and yeah, divided by 3 drivers, 20 minutes each. We could split up how you want, but we did 20-20-20. And yeah, you can see there my teammate came in earlier because he had a crash, tire a bit broken. They had to change it, so he came in a few minutes earlier, so I was a bit in a hurry putting my helmet and everything on. So yeah, changing the tire there, and yeah, someone spun in front of him on the straight, and he went straight on into him with, like, I don't know, 50-60 kilometers per hour. So this hurt his ribs a little bit, but yeah, we're here. We are in my home city, on my home track. As you may have noticed this track already in this place, and yeah. Finally we're back in the 79 card, which is the number 2 card. So now in the card and gonna go out. And what I noticed right away was that these cards are so much faster right away. And you're gonna go out of the pits now. You can see it is a bit wet. It was raining the night before, and they're instantly the first guys in the water there. So it was definitely about to get a very chaotic practice session. And yeah, I didn't really take any rain lines from the beginning, because you see there are some dry spots, and yeah, for me it was now just about to get used to the track, get used to these cards again. Been half a year since I've been in these cards, and yeah, I have 20 minutes of practice before the 9-hour race, so not a lot of time to get used to this. And yeah, most of all, have fun and survive and don't crash, as there are a lot of people who did crash, and there are a lot of new drivers in here because it's the last race of the season. So yeah, that's why another guy spun there. So there were so many people spinning everywhere, and it was very chaotic, and because of that I felt very good. But yeah, a lot of people are going off everywhere, and yeah, big curb there, yeah, big bump. But yeah, it doesn't look that chaotic in the onboard, but when I was driving it was very chaotic, because there were so many people going off and a few close calls as well. So yeah, it was a interesting practice session, but a really enjoyable one, of course. However, it was still pretty slippery. As you can see here, is this guy goes down inside here and overtakes me, and I'm gonna have a massive slide here. So yeah, definitely still a bit wet, and yeah, you still have to be careful to not spin. Blocking your brakes not really a problem in these cards, as you can put full force on these brakes and they won't lock tires. So these 30 or 40-year-old cards, they don't have the best brakes, as I've told you last time I had a brake failure. So yeah, not the highest quality cards. Good English here, by the way. Also, something that you may want to know is that I already said it last time, but there is a light, middle and heavy weighted class in the AOM. I don't know the exact weights, but they have a difference of 10 kilos each. And now we're driving the heavy class this time. Last time we were driving mostly the medium class, and you can see there this bright pink chassis is our girls team. Yep, we do have a girls team. We do have overall 4 cards and now in our team. The main team, the second team, which I am currently on, and then we have Next Generation and the girls power team. So Next Generation is basically just, as the name says, new drivers. So yeah, I'm in the heavyweight class. I have 2 other drivers in the team. One of them a good friend of mine, which I already did a nice track session here, if you remember the video, where he stayed over in my place and we've been doing some driving here. And yeah, I'm in the team with him, which is nice, and one other guy. So the other guy is very light, he's doing lightweight, and we're unsure of which we want to do. So I made a deal that this day I would drive heavy, because I didn't really care about the endurance. I cared mostly about the sprint races, and last time I was really struggling with heavyweight, so I wasn't expecting too much from my pace here whatsoever, and focusing mostly on the sprints, as my big goal was to get to the top 10, but let me tell you already, oh, it became very different, very different. As we'll now be able to see here, there was suddenly a big, wet spot in turn 1. You can see they're having a massive slide, and you can't see it on the camera, but in the last corner there was someone going through a big puddle, and he carried a lot of water to that corner, so it was a bit slippery there, and it didn't really go away through the whole session. So yeah, there was a big slippery spot, so yeah, again we're gonna have to adapt to that and not slide too much there. Now these guys without a chassis on their kart, they're absolute menace in this practice session. You can see absolutely sliding, he doesn't have any control over his kart, and he even almost goes to the barrier there, and now he's another one of them who spun around and just about gonna be able to go through there. So yeah, I can understand why these guys were driving AOM. You can see they were also pretty small guys, so yeah, they were driving really dangerous, and I wasn't the only one who said that. There were pretty much all of our team, all the drivers said the same thing. They were driving so damn dangerous, and yeah, my teammate who said it before, crashed, and one of them spun on the straight, was also one of these guys. So yeah, I don't know why they were driving here if you can't even drive straight, but okay, I should better shut up because I won't have the best weekend either, but you know, you should be able to drive straight on the main straight pretty much, but yeah. Yeah, so these were really dangerous, and yeah, bring a real hazard on the track. Talking about being a real hazard on track, it's either yellow lights being on there and another one being in the barrier there. So yeah, you can see there we do have yellow lights, so that's a cool thing, and they are in different sectors split up, so not only whole lap there will be yellow, but it's like, yeah, split into I think 4 or 5 sectors, so yeah, that's definitely nice. And now you can see there they show me that I will have to pit and show them, yep, I understood, and I actually lied to you. I only had 50 minutes because we have a reserve driver, and so obviously we want him, shut up phone, we want him to also get up to pace, so he was getting 50 minutes of our practice, and yep, so we did also 50 minutes of our practice. So as we'll be coming on the final corner now, it was our time to go onto the pits, so we're taking it easy. Going to pits is a bit yeah, complicated here, I would say. So I'm gonna mess it up completely, so you have to stop in this box, which I forget to realize only now, and then you have to go into the scale and then go off. So yeah, I forgot to stop there, and yeah, well, the reserve driver getting in the cart. And yeah, we're confused if we should leave the weight in or not. We just left it in. I mean, he's just about to get a bit of practice for him, and so yeah. There he goes, and yep, that was my practice session, and yeah, complaining about him about the chaos, but yeah, I would say overall a decent practice session. Here we are sitting in the cart, and we're 2 hours into a 9-hour race. It is my first stint, the third stint of our team. So there he comes, and yeah, as you can see, the chassis, you can take them off and you have to switch them during the pit stop. So yeah, to refuel, and now they will have to put that chassis off and put it onto my cart. And we have 1:15 time to do a stop, which is enough, but still you shouldn't yeah, take too long. You should still try to make it fast, but don't make any stupid mistakes. And yeah, now there it is on. You can see them tightening the things. Yep, it's tied on there and it shouldn't fall off. Definitely shouldn't. You can see the timer there. It is 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. The team chef there. 2, 1, and going out of the pits now. Don't lose any time. Go, go, go. We had some time to catch up. I'll get there in a minute. So, and there in front of us, the team, the all girls team again. So, you can see it is pretty much dry now. It is instantly going down the inside there. And other ones there as well. So yeah, now I was about to manage some traffic. So as you can see, it is pretty much completely dry. So some different conditions. So I'll have to try and learn the track pretty much new. Not new, but I'll have to relearn the track somewhat. As fast as possible to not lose too much time. So I believe we started on, we were 28 cars in this race, and we started 26th or so. And then in our first stint we were last without about a lap behind or so, and my teammate did a very good job then in the second stint and catched up all the way to P22 or something, I think. So did a very good job there. And yeah, now it was my goal to, yeah, our goal was to get top 20, and yeah, we had to get into one position, so let's try and get there now. So we now need some mega pace and especially consistency and no mistakes. But cheers, I got an iced coffee. Nice. Yeah, the girls team went in the pits there. You see the bright pink there. You can't unsee it. There's a bit of a slide there, going all over the curb. Yeah. So yeah, this stint was not really that spectacular. There's someone on my inside again, so I were very busy with letting people pass and benching the traffic, but apart from that there weren't really any major mistakes or incidents or whatever. No overtakes pretty much, and yeah, just kind of struggling with the track, so yeah, nothing too special in the stint. Yeah, in the beginning it was going pretty decent. After I've done the track, after a few laps, I got used to it pretty fast, and then I've done some pretty consistent laps. I was letting by a lot of people because they were so much faster than me, but yeah, they are a lot more experienced. I mean, they race here for a decade or so, some people, so yeah, I don't feel too bad of getting lapped from them. But yeah, I would say that this beginning part of the stint was going pretty well, but to the end of the session I was definitely getting really tired. But yeah, more to that later in this race. But yeah, on that last corner you could definitely see that I did do some mistakes, yeah, but yeah, I've just kind of locked my tires. They're going a bit too much over the curb or hit the wrong angle, so not quite sure what happened there because I took it pretty much with it the whole time. They're a bit bouncy as well again. So yeah, some mistakes started to happen, but overall still decent lap times. A bit later I managed to catch up to a girls team, and yeah, I was definitely faster than them, and you could just see on the straight there, being right behind them. I'm just going to nicely move down the inside here and sticking past there. So nice move there, and now let's move on. And the first overtake done. Felt good to be at least faster than someone on track, so we're not getting that by everyone. But yeah, let's move on. By now I've managed to catch up the girls team again. I'm going to give a little touch here in the back, which is not the best thing you want to do, but then I'm going to go down the inside here and let me pass there. And so yeah, That's the overtake number 3 done, actually, because that was, which I didn't show, I did that before as well, so yeah, we're still sitting in P22, by the way. Those are just lapping other cars, and yeah, so not really any progress, and gap pretty much stayed the same to front and back, so alright. Now there was my teammate coming past, so I had to give him away very well there. So there you go. They're still chasing in the top 10, so they wanna hold them up. So there you go. I went all the other way. Now we may have around 25 to 20 minutes left in my stint, and I really started making mistakes, especially here on turn 2, going almost to the barrier. I was really struggling here, but also here in this left-hander. It's and then on this right-hander, often messed up as well, and sliding too much in the entry, then bad exit. With the left-hander, there was just a bit of a, I tried to go all over the curb to use the whole track, and there was like a bit of a weird bump there, which didn't really let me turn my kart. It doesn't look that bad on camera, but in some laps I were missing very bad kart length, so yeah, I lost a lot of time there, and these 2 corners were definitely the ones where I lost the most time. But by now the pit stops are already starting, and yeah, I just wanted this to end. I was so tired on this fast left cylinder. It's just sad that I missed the apex sometimes. Like the steering wheel was just sliding through my hands because I couldn't grip it anymore properly, because my gloves are also not that grippy. It was sliding through my hands without any problems. That's really not ideal and didn't make it easier for me. And now here's my teammate again. Our switch drivers, they already done the pit stop. It let them pass again, obviously. So yeah, now okay, I'm pushing, get that top 10. So now coming around the final corner, one last time in the stint. It was now my time to go into the pits. So keep left here, stay in the left of this lane, of this white line, then stop between these 4 bollards, then go into the scale, wait a second, wait till they say I can go, and now into the pits there, and hand the cart over to my teammate, or should I say hand over the chassis to my teammate. And that did work out alright. Now, here are for stint number 2 of my 3 stints. So here's my car already. They're gonna put on the weights again, put in the weights, and I'm actually driving on full weight. So there's 8 plates, I believe it was, which should be around 20 kilos extra ballast. You can sit in the cart now. He's gonna put on the fuel cap. If you remember what I've told in the last AOM video, where the fuel cap was a bit broken and fuel was leaking onto my leg, which is not ideal when you in a race. Yeah, now roll a bit forward, and there's already my teammate. He's already in the pits there, so now they're gonna again put off the chassis and put it onto my cart. Well, every time a bit hectic this happens. You can see there it is a bit hectic when they're doing it. And now I'm gonna lean forward so they have a bit more space behind me there, and then they're gonna put it on, of course, and then put the screws on there and tighten them up and everything. And then I'll have to roll forward again to the line in front of there. And yeah, now you can see the left timer is my timer. There, she wished me good luck, and he is too. And now 10 seconds left. And what I was doing in this is I was pressing the accelerator and the brake same time to rev up the engine. There you could hear it for a second there. Now go out. You can accelerate with a second left or so. out of the pits, and again a bit more grip than last time, and I can tell you I was really exhausted still from last stint. I've really not been feeling good in the end of my first stint. I've been feeling a bit dizzy and everything, but ate something and drank a lot and it felt a lot better. So back for a new stint. In this corner I was trying to take more careful, and also we did talk a lot about my other teammates, how they were driving on this track, and going a lot over the curb there, not how you're going to take it, how they were driving on here. And one corner where I were doing majorly wrong is turn 2 and 3, which is the upcoming chicane now. So yeah, this one does left right. So what they told me is that they were only lifting through there. Only lifting. And what I was doing was I was braking a lot last stint. And my goal, I thought I would probably not be able to go through there with just lifting. First of all, with this lot of weight in my car, and second of all, to still get a good exit. And I'm just not the best driver either, but that's a different topic. So I tried to brake a bit, for the gun to rotate the car and slow it down, of course, and then take a bit of a later back and wheels power as early as possible. But yeah, again, this stint was a rather lonely stint. The only exciting stint was the last one, but we'll come to that later. So yeah, I will skip forward a bit again. I say again, there was not a lot going on this stint. Yeah, corner before the MSA next team let me pass, which is our new team, and there we'll do a nice overtake on the Graz power team. So yeah, 2 overtakes done already in this stint. And by the way, we are still in P22, and our goal was pretty much to keep this position now and don't fall back, because we had a big gap to the front and still a pretty big gap to the car behind us. But yeah, our goal was to keep this P22. It would be decent, as we believe we were 28 teams in this race, so it would be a decent result for being pretty much dead last after stint 1. Then a few laps later I catched up to number 5 Kart, and yeah, I was definitely faster than them. And then the nice little old switcheroo here, and just put my nose in the inside, and he did end up letting me pass there, because she just saw that we're a lot quicker. So already seems like a lot more pace that I'm having in this stint, which is definitely a good sign, as my main focus was still for the sprints tomorrow, where pace is obviously very important next to overtaking and defending, or just racecraft in general. And then a bit later this happened. Yeah, he wasn't too happy about me not letting him pass, but I mean, I'm sorry, I'm also having my own race. Yeah, maybe it wasn't the smartest thing to do there, but he also just can't dive bomb me out of nowhere. So yeah, I'm sorry, but that is endurance racing. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. And I mean, he didn't lose a position, he lost half a second or whatever. He's still in front of him, so he doesn't need to overreact. There will be a few situations like that still today in this endurance race. So yeah, especially in the last stint, because that was just an extremely chaotic stint. But yeah, more to that later. Another way to compare the pace to others is, yeah, watching if you guys said if you're going to pull away or not. And this was about 4 or 5 laps later, and I was still having them inside, so they were definitely pulling away from me, but not that much like in the first stint. So yeah, definitely a good sign. Now another overtake coming here. Overtake number 4 or 5, I believe it is, as he's letting the number 1 car pass there. And I've been following this guy for a few laps now, and now I passed him, so I was also definitely quicker than that guy. There was a weird overtaking try before that, but yeah, I decided to cut it out. It was a weird one. Want to save some time, otherwise videos are going to be way too long anyway. And there, a big hit into the wall. Fun fact, my teammate had a big crash there last year, so we were making a bit fun of that always when I went in there, and we talked about it afterwards. But he did have a very big crash. I think he even broke some bones over there, so it was not fun. He flew out of the cart there, so yeah, he had a big one there last year. Now this could be a chaotic part to catch up to our girls teams again. The number 5 card is gonna let both of us pass, another one going through there, and we're gonna go past card number 5 and also our girls team there. So yeah, there were some hectic parts in this stint sometimes, but overall it was still a rather lonely race. I mean, I didn't really have any direct fights or so, but I mean, I also didn't know if I were fighting anyone directly because I can't communicate with my team. But that may change for next year. Is maybe getting an intercom, but maybe, just maybe. Now gonna be another overtake as the 96 car's gonna let me pass there, so that's another overtake done. Now the number 16 card ended up overtaking me somewhere in my stint at some point, and we were pretty much diving by each other for 10-15 minutes. But until this moment we did a nice overtake. He was very deep there into the corner. I'm gonna go for the better exit speed and to do a nice kind of switchback here and past him. And yeah, nicely done. So another thing, yeah, you can see him still there. He's right behind me. So he did have a bit weird lines sometimes, but mine's were not that much better. So something that is, so the pit stops already started by now again, so the stint is coming to an end slowly but surely, but I still have probably 15 to more 20 minutes left of the stint, because yeah, this pit stop period takes very long, as every 2 or 3 minutes one card gets called in, so you can't stop when you want. But there's a board in the outset of turn 1 where your team number is going to be shown up, in my case 79, and then you have to pit this exact lap, and yeah, so you don't really have a choice when you're in the pit. Yeah. Now you're gonna once more overtake the girls team with a nice double overtake here, and number 5 card overtaking once more as well. So nice double overtake here. Yeah. So what you may have started to realize is that the right part of the screen of the camera started to get a bit wet. So you may have already noticed that the sky is getting a bit more grey, a bit darker. So it was forecasted to rain to the end of the race. It was in the middle of the race in the beginning and then stopped to the end. Well, we did hope for it in the beginning that it would rain, but I really did not want it to rain in the end. First of all, because I don't have a rain suit. I mean, I could borrow one, but I'm too lazy for that to put it on and everything. But yeah, second of all, I hate the rain. I haven't driven in the rain for over half a year. Almost a year. So I don't know how I would be doing in the rain. I mean, I've improved my skills a lot since I've been driving last in the rain, but I don't know how I would do. But I guess it would be a good practice, because yeah, I mean, I'll have to learn at some point. But yeah, still didn't really want it to rain. The battery of my camera did unfortunately die in the end, but there was not much missing. I mean, just a pit stop and maybe, I don't know, 3-4 minutes in the end, so nothing big. But I would say it was a decent stint. I've learned quite a bit in how the lines work and everything, and did a few overtakes as well. So yeah, did a decent race. Now it's gonna be interesting how the weather's gonna play out and if it's gonna rain or not. But I did doubt it would rain, but I mean, I did think it was raining. That's what I would say. So yeah, it was a decent stint, I would say, but yeah, then in the end my camera did end to record. So yeah, that was the moment it stopped recording. Now here we are for stint number 3, as you can see that it's quite wet, and there's my teammate already coming in. So yeah, I've already teased it before that it may change. So there, yeah, he told me that take it easy, and I've been asking him if I will need to, if I have a big gap to the car behind, so they could take it easy and don't have any pressure. But yeah, we have a lot of gap of time behind, and he told me to take rain line, a lot of rain line. Means that it's gonna be very slippery. And yeah, weights all in, and yeah, I was stupid, I didn't take a rain overall, so that is not so fast, smart. Yeah, I'm asking him again if it's really that slippery, but yeah, he said it is really slippery. So I think this timer there, it is on 5 seconds down, so we'll go in any minute, any second, and now out we go. Now, important, don't throw the raid, don't throw it in the wall. There are people coming out and already just understeering there. You can see there's no grip whatsoever. So if you're familiar with rain lines and karting, what you want to do is you want to basically drive there where you don't want to drive. That's pretty simple, sounds stupid, but you want to drive there where you're not driving in the dry, as there's not that much rubber, and because of that there's on the dry line there's a big layer of water, because the rubber doesn't let the water go into the tarmac, and yeah, because of that, because with slick tires there, it's gonna be very slippery. He screamed at me there. There are gonna be a few more moments where people are gonna scream at me. And yeah, so basically you want to drive there, make contact there again. So you can see that it's just complete chaos, and it was very slippery because of this. In doing this race, there's obviously a lot of rubber going onto the track, and what you also want to do is you want to lean to the front outside tire, which is giving it a bit more grip. And what you also want to do is like you're gonna turn it very fast, and you're gonna it's gonna just go straight for a few seconds, but then it's gonna grip. And you can also sometimes hear it on the outside. There is still the tires making a bit of sound still. Here you can see they're very quiet. Means that there is still some grip. So while we're getting overtaken everywhere, just really shows that I was not really that fast, but I just really wanted to take it home, and I haven't driven the rain for so long, so I didn't want to throw it away or so. But yeah, you can see that I was going pretty slow, but it was also really slippery. It was not raining really hard. It just started to rain like, I don't know, with 7.5. Also, and they're almost sliding into the wall there. That was really close there. Yeah, so that was happening when you go onto the dry line. You can see there is no grip whatsoever. There, not there. You can spot our girls team, with the pink chassis, the yellow flag. This is gonna happen quite a few times now. So, what were we gonna say? It started raining like with 1.5 hours left, and like only a bit of a drizzle, but it continuous drizzle, and that way it made the track pretty wet, and especially to the end of the stint. But yeah, more to that later. Now, I said there would be a few people screaming. Well, as you can see, the girls team coming out there ahead of us, and just look. So those were two scenes at once. The first one with being someone screaming behind us to get out of the way, or I should better say to fuck off. So it wasn't said that politely. But I mean, where are we supposed to go in the corner? Should we just go into the wall and stop on the side and push his cart so you can go past. I mean, honestly, in the second scene you could see there. I tried to let pass everyone, but then there was still someone who decided it would be smartly to go 3 wide to a corner in the rain, taking out our girls team. And yeah, it was only a spin. They could still continue, obviously, but just still not very smart. I mean, there was just drive with your brain. Honestly, it's, yeah, don't do that. There were a few more close calls, like this one here. She just dived down there, and there's someone standing next to the track, and then here's someone going to the inside. So it was very chaotic, and that moment was extreme, but it was from time to time. It was like that, and I've almost shit my pants sometimes because I just didn't want to take anyone out, but I didn't take anyone out in the end, so I think I did. Now this is one more or less decent lap in the rain. They're taking a line on the outside, of course, as I said before. Then here for the big straight, you can see that it is pretty slippery here. So there's a bit of a dip there and a lot of dirt. Through a pretty fast corner, then big braking zone. You're definitely not on the limit here. Then bit slippery, sliding quite a bit here most of the time. And this upcoming part I was struggling extremely on the dry already. The weather was a bit, first off, a bit scary. The right-hander was most of the time going alright now. This right-hander, we both going to slide out a little bit. Now this is interesting. In the last 2 corners, you will try to hook onto the curb there on the inside to try and help you rotate the kart. Same you want to do here in the last corner, and that's 1 lap in the wet. Now this was an extremely close call, as I missed my turning point, get on the dry line, slippery part, and I just slide across and just about keep it off the grass. I've been on the grass to half of my kart there. You can just hear it rattle under my kart there a bit. And there's my teammate going past there. Something bad's gonna happen to him later, but more to that again later. So yeah, I missed my braking point and got on the dry line where there's no grip, as you could see, just sliding forward. Yeah, that was a bit scary. And here the exact same thing happening once more, and getting very close to the grass again. Now another problem I had was visibility, as I still had my tinted visor on, which is relatively dark, and well, the clouds are over the sun. There's no sun anymore, and what I was seeing was something like this. That's not a lot, right? I'm sorry it's a bit pixely, but I couldn't do it better. So yeah, definitely was a visibility another problem, but yeah. The driving was the bigger problem, but as we're struggling to see some of my braking points, let's just put it that way. And then a few moments later, just this lap, there was something happening. And as I'm going around this corner, I'm looking behind, going to power too early and too much, and I'm going to spin around. And looking behind me in style. And losing a lot of time, but I didn't care too much, and they're going on the grass a bit, but nothing too bad. So it has gotten really wet by now. It's been that continuous drizzle. There was getting more and more water on the track. Because of that, I've realized just now that how slippery it is. There again, sliding. So there really was not that much grip now, but yeah, there was not that much left in the stint, and they're almost going onto the grass right again. Now with dirty tires probably as well, so it was not really fun. There the lines have been changing. That's also something that you have to adapt to you will have to change your lines in the rain sometimes, from time to time, because obviously the weather is changing. But I'm gonna let you enjoy a whole lap in the rain, completely without commentary, so enjoy. Now as we're coming around the final corner, you can see yellow flags are deployed, and as you're going to cross the finish line, you can see there the checkered flag as you're going to finish the race about 20 to 30 minutes earlier. So I was very happy about this, because I really did not want to drive anymore, just wanted it to end. But it was because there were a lot of problems with the timing. A lot of carts got mixed up in positions, switched through and everything, so a few technical problems, and that's why I decided to finish it earlier. And I was happy about it, I just wanted to end, as said, so yeah. I would say I'm happy. And there was a 9-hour race of my home city in the AOM. And yeah, we did end up finishing in P21, which I'm pretty happy about, considering that we were dead last for quite some time. And there ahead is my teammate, who had an axle that broke, so the rear tire was 90 degrees tilted to the side. See, it did definitely have some problems. That's why it was going so slow. It just broke in the middle of nowhere, just spun around randomly. So yeah, that was very, very weird. Now as we were coming to a stop on the pits, you can see there's a bit of a pile up with everything. Everyone is going to the scale and everything. So yeah, and there it's just me calling the name of my teammate, but it's just me messing around. We're all pretty. We take this all pretty serious. Let's put it that way. Now we're taking it serious. We just a lot of banter, off track and on track. They're already putting off his helmet. I mean, you're just going through the pits, so nothing pretty dangerous about this. There we are. Now, definitely some joys here. There was not my teammate there, there was from the other cars, and the axle only broke on the last lap, luckily, otherwise that could have been pretty dangerous. Now, that's my teammate. And there he only just told me why we were stopping the race. I didn't know at that point, so I was a bit confused whether we stopped it. I thought it would be because it's too wet, which it wasn't really, but yeah, that's it. That was the 9-hour race, which we did end up ending in 21st place, which is, again, decent result after how well we've been in the middle of the race, or the beginning of the race. So, now, sprint day. I got 3 sprint races, 3 chances of getting top 10, and that was my big goal. But, first sprint starting off very well. As you can see, there was my kart. And he's having to change a tire, which was broken, not from a crash or so, but just from super special grade quality. Yeah, I mean, there was a problem for one reason. Tire would be cold, which would make it hard, as I only have 1 lap of quali. Means I have to warm it up in 1 lap, half a lap. Then the tire has to be warm, and that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be really, really hard. But yeah, let's see if I'm gonna be able to make that. Spoiler alert, I won't. Now, after waiting pretty damn long, something like 5 minutes, finally I could jump into my kart. So the thing is, one advantage is that I would be right in the back, means I would have probably some pretty clean air, which is, yeah, a pretty big advantage, as I would be held up or hold somebody else up. Now here we are rolling out of the pits, and what I was doing right away is pulling over to the right hand side, so let everyone go for now, and so I could be right in the back and have all the space that I want and that I need. Well, these guys are waiting very long, and I got very nervous of maybe getting hold up or not getting my lap. Well, spoiler alert, that may happen. But yeah, now I was just about to warm up my tires for now, and then just give it everything full send for quali lap, and yeah, new day, new racing, and I got some big work to do today, so yeah, gonna be interesting. Now here we are going to the final corner, so now get a good exit, and now just send it, get everything, and they can see me waving the green flag. The other one he already had a checkered flag in the sand. Now through turn 1, being out the corner a bit there. Now through here, I would be a lot faster through here. Way better, at least that's what it felt like. Now through here, easily flat again, as always. Now big braking zone here. Managed to brake pretty late, and this is where I improved a lot in this part. We're through here, now through here, also better. And through here, also okay, not great, but alright for the first lap of the day. Now through here, also okay. Now final corner, don't brake too late. We're coming around a little bit, but overall a decent lap. Now he will cross the checkered flag, cross the finish line, and well, let's just say I was dead last, because I was going over the line too late and it didn't count my lap, which is very frustrating. I don't know where I would have been, but it wouldn't have been great, I think. Another thing is, I'm now driving in the medium class, not in the heavy class, as my teammate and I switched because of some time issues, because I was there a bit late, and I thought I would have the second race because they switch up the order for light, middle and heavyweight and everything. So it was a bit confusing, so I was a bit late, so he jumped in for the first heavy race, and now this is race number 2 or 3, not quite sure, which is medium, and yeah, as I said, dead last, so definitely got some work to do, but most you can see the practice session, so yeah. So now I was finally allowed to go, and I lied a bit, or actually not dead last, but there was one guy behind me. Doesn't make it a lot better, but I'm not that dead last, which makes it a bit better, I guess. Yeah, so start is gonna be, yeah, we will see it in this bit. Anyway, it's gonna be a chaotic start, I can already tell you, but let's just jump to the start. Now here we are, the pack is starting to get rolling, and so are we. Now go, and keep close to the guys ahead of me, that is very important for the start. Now, it is one lap on the yellow, and then it's green, and this yellow lap is already on full speed. Now through the final corner, get a good exit and try and keep close, you're already gaining, that's a good sign. Now, through turn 1, still yellow, you can see there, but the guy ahead of us, our teammate, is gonna spin and we're gonna make contact. And I don't know what happened there. I got pretty lucky there. The other teammate spun completely, and the other one as well, though it was very weird. But let's take a look at it again in slow motion. Now keep an eye on the car behind the Graz team, as he's gonna have to brake earlier. As everyone else slows down, he locks the brakes, and yeah, we go into him. Yeah. The whole pack was suddenly slowing down more than he expected. He slammed the brakes and locked. So yeah, that's a great way to start the first sprint. But I hope of at least being able to catch up to them, as I thought I would have some decent pace. Well, this was not the case. I was more losing time, which was very frustrating. But I mean, at least I gained 2 positions, I guess. But yeah, now I were in full push mode, and I were like at this moment like, it can't get any worse, can it? Well, maybe. But yeah, let's focus on this current lap and current racing. So, yes, said I was trying to keep up with the guys ahead, but another factor is that I was driving in a different weight class, which means I was driving the lighter kart. I think it is 10 kilos, so in difference, which is quite a bit. And yeah, I had to adapt to that, which should be easier than going from medium to hard, but still I have to change the way I drive, and especially in turn 2 and 3 I can carry a lot more speed, but also other corners, but yeah, it was a pretty boring race, apart from this that was happening here. Well, we're getting used to the track slowly but surely, and especially being able to carry a lot more speed through this chicane here, as I mentioned before, but yeah, I were gaining on them ahead, but there's no way I would be able to overtake them, as yeah, the sprint takes 25 minutes and we probably have, I don't know, something between 20 and 50 minutes left. So even if I would overtake a few people, it's not gonna make it that big difference. They're only gonna do the top 10. So yeah, I use this track mostly as a practice session, but yeah, I would learn something in this session though, I can say that. But they get more to that later. But yeah, it was all going relatively well, apart from that start incident of course, but the pace didn't seem to be too far off, so yeah, of course it wasn't ideal, but yeah, but that was all until this moment. Yeah, I could see they were annoyed and it let everyone pass and then get me stuck, and yeah, well, the poor steering wheel, but yeah, I hit that really hard. My hand was hurting like after that the whole weekend. Yeah, ignore it. Yeah, I don't know, I was just pushing too hard, and yeah, it was just stupid. But I learned from it, and yeah, you learn from mistakes, so yeah, as I said, learn from it, and not gonna do it again. But now at this moment, this race was just completely over for me. I wanted it just to end. I was so annoyed at myself. You can't imagine it, how annoyed I were. Then a bit later I received my first blue flag there, which was, yeah, I was letting them pass very early there, but they want to get in their way, and it doesn't matter anymore, I'm last anyway, so yeah, again, just want this to end, and there were way more guys lapping me, so yeah, it was painful, really painful to drive there. Now there's one small big group behind me, and one of them is my teammate there. You can see in the green-orange card, who's gonna get overtaken here. There was a fight for a few corners here, but then in the end he ended up getting overtaken. In the exit here he got a switchback, and he got overtaken unfortunately, but I let him pass nicely, and he wasn't in his way, so that's all that mattered to me at that moment. Now, while it may be frustrating to get lapped, it's also an opportunity to try and learn something from them and try and copy their lines and their braking codes, everything, which I could not really do as they were just pulling away from me, and I don't know what was going on when pacing this in. It was just, I don't know, I just really don't know. It was just, again, just so painful to getting lapped everywhere. And going to the final corner once more, and then see it already there, we're going to take a checker flag in dead last, as I already said. So yeah, was frustrating, but learned from it. I will not do the same mistake again on turn 1 there. Probably never in my life, as I've learned from it. And yeah, it was just, the race was already messed up after turn 1 under yellow, so a weird start incident there. I could definitely see the frustration there from me. Understandable, I think. And then just be messing around with my teammate there. Yeah, as I said, recycling is all pretty serious. But now it's time for quali number 2 of the day for this sprint race number 2. Yeah, I decided to do a quali with my teammate in front. We would drive together. So he pulled me a bit around the lap, so yeah, so it may be a bit faster maybe. Now here we are for our quali lap. Going through final corner again. See, there's some traffic ahead, but shouldn't be too bad. Now down to turn 1. Decently through there. At least we kept up with him. Kinda. He was pulling away slightly at the exit. Now through here, important to get some slipstream. Good through here. Was good through there. Carried some good speed, and now in the slipstream. Gonna help us a bit as well. Now big braking zone here. This is where I'm mostly losing. You can see there it takes a lot later apex there and more curb, which I only saw right now, but here I'm gonna mess up massively. And then through here, okay, so yeah, I've messed that one up big time. That one right, left hander, it was left and right. Go to the final corner, we're gonna brake late and give it final descent, but we're gonna miss the apex slightly. And now over the start finish line, and here we are. And I actually managed to get 23rd in this run, which is okay. I'm happy with that, especially compared to the last one. I think it was 23rd. Now the problem is that the seat was very wide, so the edges of it, it was weird because my elbows would either have to put them very wide up, and it would be weird to turn, so I were limited in my turning. I would either have to have them inside of the seat or outside, and also would have to hold them up extremely, so driving this kart wasn't that comfortable. And yeah, at least it had decent speed, so could be better, but yeah, seat was bad, but apart from that it was an okay kart. But we are already about to go away. You can see there we are already going off for the yellow lap. Hopefully no crash this time, not like last time. But let's focus on the here and now and not look back. And let's get to the actual race start, as the yellow lap was not that eventful. I only lost some time, but now we are about to go green. You can see the green flag waving there. We already have some kind of a gap. You can see 2 cars that was our teammate, the number 10 car, the one who spun around in the first race. Now, go into the straight, you're going to cut the curb too much and even go more over the curb. You can see the inside tire was more inside than the curb, which didn't feel that good. Let's put it that way. But you can see we're taking more curb there already, but I was just really struggling with turning this kart because of how weird the seat was, and you can tell because I had to hold my elbows out so far. That's why it looked pretty stupid. Second of all, my arms, it was feeling very weird to turn like that, and it was harder for my arms. So that was lap 1. We were not really gaining, we were more losing time, and we stayed in the same position pretty much. However, it wasn't long until it would get overtaken. As you can see, that guy, 11 cars, is going to go down the inside here in turn 1, and it's going to sneak a position away from me, so that was definitely not ideal. I should have defended, but I didn't look behind too much. Yeah, stupid for me. It was a pretty lonely race to me, however. This is pretty much 50 minutes into the race or so, and I were all on my own. After that one overtake, where I got overtaken, I didn't have even close to anyone again, so yeah, we're pretty much on my own here currently. And I'm gonna come around the final corner once again and finish the race. Yeah, it was a kinda decent race, apart from that my arm's been hurting from that stupid seat. But yeah, it was a lonely race. But yeah, apart from that, the pace wasn't too bad, and quality was decent as well. So now here we are for the final sprint. And we are already going out, and I can tell you that this was the best one but also the worst one at the same time. So it's easy that the card had the blue thing there from there. I don't know why that is, but it is. And I had to take one half a plate extra weight here because this card seems to be lighter. I can only tell you that this card also was a rocket. And I instantly went for the lap as, yeah, I was starting in the front there. Yeah, let's check out the quality lap. Now here we are taking the human DRS. See, there's someone ahead, which is a good reference point. In 66, you may remember him from the last sprint as well. Again, human DRS. You can see now the exit how much faster we are. So we are completely gaining, but we were slightly gaining on him, and we didn't have the best run through there either. So that's a good sign. Especially to the end, we were gaining a lot. Now we are just over this whole lap, we're just gaining. We are right behind him now, which is not great. As we get slowed down by him slightly. BD misses a turn in and loses some extra time there. Now to the final corner again, we're gonna send it once more. Take a late apex. He's gonna mess up. We have to wait to go on the power a bit. Now the finish line, we're gonna brake late, and we're gonna make contact, which is weird. But I'm sorry, but yeah, that was a bit weird one. But yeah, that was the last quali of the day. Well, not. It's quali again. But these guys are already starting, which they shouldn't. As you can hear him screaming there behind them, but they didn't hear him, so they had to start the lap on the main straight then, which gives them a very bad exit, obviously. And now we're going. So you see this massive group, there's gonna be quite a bit of carnage here. We're all just in a big group of cars, which is never good in quality. But yeah, let's see if we can solve this. And now once more to the final corner, you can see them there standing on the right, and from there they had to start the lap. But now we're gonna start the lap with a bit more space to the front, but they're gonna fight on their lap, which is not ideal for them, but I don't care. Now there was a nice turn one there, again human DRS, now into this chicane. We took a nice exit out of there, that's very important, as it was a long straight. No flat through here as always. Now big braking zone, I'm gonna send it and brake later than I did in the other qualities. Take some curb there, kept it flat through there. Now through here, lift slightly, under power again, then start to tap the brake here to make the car stable, and then power out. Now flat through here, all of the curb on the inside and all of the curb on the outside as well. And through all of the curb on the inside and brake at the end of the curb, turn in, slightly missing the apex and powering out, and this was the last quali session of the day. I can't remember where this quali lap put me, but it surely wasn't too bad. Yeah, it was no first time standing on the left here. Been standing on the right the times before, so let's see where we are this time. And now was our time to go. Earlier than the other times, you can see there's still quite a lot of cars standing. Behind me also quite a few. So definitely a good quality this time. So let's see if we can make something out of this and at least get a top 20, which was my new goal. My actual goal was top 10 this weekend, but that was not going to happen anymore. So new goal is top 20. Yeah, let's see if we can make it. And we're about to get rolling again. As we're going to start off now. Now keep close to the guys ahead. Now we are here for the yellow lap again, so let's hope for another crash again this time, like in the last yellow lap, but keep a bit closer to the guys ahead this time. It's really important. Now we're about to go green. As we go over the final lap, we did keep up a bit better. Now the guy is going to lock a bit, we're going to lock a bit too, but don't spin. You can see the guy behind us right on our tail, so now let's keep this position and maybe defend. Spoiler, I won't defend. Full attack mode. But now as we are coming down this braking zone, there's going to be someone down on our inside here, completely dive bombing us, and that's already one position lost. Now let's keep close to the guys ahead and don't lose this. He's going to go for the overtake here right again. I think he was probably one of the guys who went off right away after quali. No, we're gonna come down towards the final corner once more. Go into the pothole there in the curb. There's someone on our inside, but he's gonna push us just into the wall! Into the soft barrier. And I were annoyed. Oh my god, you can see there everyone going past. And I was so annoyed at that. But let's take a look at that again. Now as we're coming down this corner, you can see there's someone suddenly being on my inside here, but he just doesn't care that we are there. He just pushes us to the outside, drives his normal line. You can see there how wide he runs there. And we just smashed into the barrier there. Oh my god. But we did get pretty lucky there. Like, imagine we would have hit the normal hard barrier. That wouldn't have been that cozy there. They could have said goodnight then. Because I crashed. It would not be a comfortable crash there. But at least it was a soft impact and the barrier did its thing. And yeah. I was so annoyed, and guess what? He didn't get the penalty. Because this is normal racing in AOM. And yeah, my teammates said all that. Yeah, that's normal. This happens very often. Well, now I know it. Now I'm gonna race the same. So good to know. Next time I'm gonna push other people out as well. But it's not over yet. You can see there's someone who spun around, so that's a freebie there. Yeah, the camera angle did adjust itself, by the way, because of the impact. So I'm sorry for that being a bit weird now, but couldn't do anything about that. Now 1.5 minutes later, I already catched up the group ahead. I'm gonna try to overtake my teammate there with a switchback. I'm gonna be too careful here in this corner and break down too much, and he's gonna keep his position. Now about 3 laps later, I will finally make the move. So I get a better run through here, and he gets understeer corner. I'm just gonna power past him there, and yeah. Now my goal is to work together, but I was actually pulling away from him. Yeah, the pace was doing pretty good in this race, and so let's use that for our advantage even more. Now again, a few minutes later, we catch up the number 9 card. We're gonna get the better exit and do a nice overtake down the inside here of turn 1. Again, a few laps later, we were behind the number 66 card, hitting the better exit, and we're gonna send it down the inside here once again. You can hear the brakes. But we're not quite gonna make it. He's still there on the outside. Now trying to get a better exit down here, but not gonna work. He is gonna pull away in the straight, you can see there. But we have time. We can still have a few chances to overtake him. And you know what? That chance is not even gonna take too long. It's gonna be right behind him here, coming out of this corner. Right on his left, in the left hand, and then we're gonna just dive down the inside here in the right hander and squeeze past him there. So, you know, just sometimes you just have to be aggressive, and if you see a spot, just take it. Just like we did there. And this was something where massively improved. Overtaking, just, yeah, being brave enough to put your nose into those gaps, which I wouldn't have been able to do half a year before. So it did definitely make some progress in my racecraft, mostly. Now there's somebody pulling into the pits there, so that's a freebie for us. And that's 5 positions gained already, and we've lost 6 from the incident, so we're only 1 position down from where we started, which is decent. And now I've lost 1 other position start from a novel overtake, so we're 2 positions down from where I've started. So, which you didn't see, but I have someone right behind me, and sometimes I have to defend into turn 1. So he was right behind me sometimes there, but I was also having a pretty good exit out of the last corner. That's why he wasn't really getting dangerous. But he was pretty close sometimes, and there were a few times where I had to close the door on the inside. And here's the guy who's been in the pits, and he's gonna go over to the left and let us pass, as I were in a pretty heavy fight again with that guy. And there were times that we're pulling away a bit from him and forming a bit of a gap, but making a mistake, and he was getting closer again. So it was a pretty close fight, but you can never see him in the camera. But it was a nice fight with him, and we're pretty close together most of this race. And I had to again defend sometimes, but we were never really alongside with him. It was a number 9 car, by the way, which I They did the turn 1 inside not dive bomb, overtake. So yeah, he was catching back on me, but yeah, again, I would say my pace was a bit faster than his. Now there was some left cars coming into play. You can see there were some guys going through my inside, and I was scared of that he was go through with them, but he didn't, as he had to let them pass in the straight, which cost him more time than me, which is good. So I did it more efficient. Number 5 car that I just let pass there was actually for position, so he just gifted him in position, which was stupid, but I didn't know at that point, and I also only just now realized it when editing this. So that's stupid, but I mean that one position, whatever. I mean I've lost so many positions, the one position isn't gonna hurt me now. Now we're going to go through this final corner once more in this weekend, and going through to the checkered flag there, and we're going to bring home P25. Yep, you heard right, it was only P25. Yeah, this is the end of an amazing weekend. Yeah, I mean the last race was just unlucky there on the start, and just dirty, and yeah, it wasn't the best weekend for me. I've made a lot of mistakes myself, and then when I had a good car, I were getting pushed out. So yeah, the endurance was okay, but the sprints were worse than I hoped. But I mean, you have those days. Can happen. But yeah, it wasn't only amazing weekend on track. It wasn't quite, but also amazing weekend off track, spending time with my teammates, and especially the dinners were a lot of fun. So really enjoyed this weekend, and also thanks to my team for making this possible again. I'm so grateful for driving in this championship, even though it's not something too special, but still I'm very grateful for being able to drive in this championship, and more than you may imagine, but I'm glad. And next year I'll probably be doing the whole season if I'm gonna get the money for it. That's still interesting if I will get the money for it, but I'm planning on doing the whole season. And yeah, it's gonna improve my skills more with these cards as well. But yeah, it wasn't a nice short season for me. First race was all new for me. Now I knew these cards already somewhat, and yeah, a bit unlucky weekend, but still a lot of fun. As I said, really enjoyed it, and grateful that I've been able to race here once more. And if you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this in the future. I want to see if I'm going to be able to make it to something in racing. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and definitely like and subscribe. I force you. No, just kidding. But I want to say though that this took lot of time, this video, to make, and it is a long video, but it just took so long to edit all this stuff. So I would be grateful for you to like it and to watch it to the end. And yeah, I'm gonna say see you next time, be it in the stream, be it in the video, and we'll see us then. Take care, goodbye. Maxi will be on track again soon. Bye bye.